she consider Cadman's absence of malice remark a real apology or not? So let's just go ahead and explain what happened. This was like, how many days? 2 days after everyone said we're going to be friends and hugging, and we're going to put last year behind us, and this year is the new year. So tell us what happened.
I would figure that she'd lead with something that I would probably rather never had happened at all. So for those of you who followed what happened, there was sort of a staged diatribe with a lot of accusations that happened last week from the minority leader. What happened is a member flipped the order of 2 of their bills. So out of 5 bills you get, they each come with different deadlines. And so the member had flipped the order of what was being introduced, was a new member. Everything was done in by the deadlines.
A recaller, by the way.
Right, so what Senator Cadman thought that Senator Rivera's repeal of the background checks was his first bill, and that he had a license plate bill that was the second bill. And the nonpartisan staff at the desk had processed the license plate bill as his first bill and the background checks as the second bill. So there's different deadlines that flow. I'm only legally allowed to see and go off of what the nonpartisan staff provide because the rest is confidential. So because Senator Cadman had assumed the reverse order from that, it led to basically a 20-minute diatribe at the well saying it was a historic abuse of process. It was messing just because it was Senator Rivera and just because of background check. And then compounded with that, on all the gun bills last year, we ran out of time where some people who showed up to testify didn't get to testify on the bills. So we waived the deadlines on the gun bills so that we could give each one this year, even in its repeal attempts, a full day and a full hearing. So he looked at the extension that was given on that, saw the date of April 16th, and assumed that the bill wouldn't be introduced until then, and assumed it had significance because of the Columbine, and on and on and on. Anyway, it's the totally usual form for what is filled out. It's actually to give the senator a whole day all to himself for his bill, and it is the deadlines. Everything was introduced according to deadlines, and so when he realized, I showed him, the deadlines from the nonpartisan staff privately in his office, and had that dawning moment of, he's like, we got to walk this back. How do we walk this back? And so, trying to find a way to help Senator Cadman save a little bit of face after he really uncorked. I don't know if you guys saw this, but it was pretty ugly. And I said, well, why don't you just say that there's a mistake in the process and we're getting it out and we figured it out. And it didn't even amount to that. What we got at the well was that he convinced himself there was an absence of malice. Meanwhile, our nonpartisan staff are like in tears, and I mean they're really upset by this because the next day, he could come up and he's like, "Name names. I want to know. Name names. Tell me a name right now. Name names." And so, like, they're literally tearing up, trying to figure out how between downstairs and upstairs, sort of the order of 2 bills got blocked. So that is honestly what had happened there was the absence of malice and apology, not in my book. But I was always ready to move forward then, today, now, and things that I was hoping would be more important for our session.